If you're considering a move to Brampton, and you probably want to know how much it costs to live here. I've been a resident of Brampton for almost 20 years, and in this video, I'm going to share with you how much it actually costs if you want to live in Brampton. Let's dive right in. What is up, beautiful people? My name is Matt Moy, your local realtor. Welcome back to the channel. If you plan on making a move within the Greater Toronto Area, including Brampton, or just need some guidance in the real estate market, then by all means, go ahead and book a quick intro call with the information down in the description below. So as mentioned, I have been a resident of Brampton for the past 20 years or so. And so I know exactly how much it once did and how much it does cost now to live within Brampton. And so for the purposes of this video, we're going to simplify it by assuming you are a family of 4 and are looking for a 3-bedroom home to live in. Those are the assumptions that we're going to go with to create this video. Now, obviously you can take into account that maybe you don't have any kids, maybe you have more kids than just 2 kids. But let's assume we have 2 parents and 2 children in the household, and one of those children is under the age of 5. So our biggest expense right out the gate is going to be rent or just accommodations, housing. Now, for a 3-bedroom single family dwelling, you're going to be paying somewhere in the neighborhood of $2,376.92 per month when it comes to your accommodation. So in Brampton, there is a wide range of housing types throughout the entire city, from small bedroom apartments to large luxury homes. But if you're looking at a 3-bedroom, then in this video, you're probably considering a semi-detached, a townhouse, or even a detached home. So for a 3-bedroom dwelling, it is pretty comparable across the board, whether you live in Brampton, Toronto, Mississauga, doesn't really matter. It is fairly similar in terms of price. What may differ is the size in which you're getting into, right? The size of the property itself may be significantly larger in Brampton than it would be in, say, downtown Toronto, right? But across the board, it is similar in range when it comes to housing prices for a 3-bedroom home. So with the biggest expense out of the way, we're gonna jump into transportation. So the transportation cost of $578 will either include public transportation, in which the city of Brampton does have and is very accessible depending on which areas you live in. But if you own your own vehicle, then that would include gas, that would include car insurance, and maybe a car note that you have to make monthly payments on. Now, I've lived in Brampton for the past 20 years or so, and I've gone from taking public transportation to now owning my own vehicle. And what I will say is the public transportation, again, depending on where you live, can be quite accessible, which means getting around the city may not be such a bad experience if you don't have the funds to, say, own your own vehicle. But if you do have your own car and you have a family, then the convenience of that makes the experience that much better. If you're finding the content in this video useful and you plan on relocating throughout the Greater Toronto Area, then go ahead and download my free guide. It's in the description down below. It'll help you go through the process of actually relocating within the Greater Toronto Area week by week, and things that most people typically forget. Again, it's 100% free. Go ahead and download it down in the description below. Another typical expense that you'll have with living in Brampton is utilities. And within utilities, you'll have your gas, you'll have your electricity, and you'll have your water. Now, typically throughout the spring, summer, and even fall months, you probably won't touch your thermostat too much because it isn't that cold. But when it is cold in the winter, you probably want to turn on your gas furnace, which most homes have throughout Brampton. And in the summertime, when it does get really hot, you'll want to crank up that AC, and that'll affect your hydro bill. So all in all, with utilities, you're looking to spend roughly $284 every single month. And that cost will vary again, depending on the season. If you're getting any value out of this video, then go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that little notification bell so that you get notified whenever I put out a new video just like this one each and every single week. Next up, we have childcare. Again, if you have that child under the age of 5 and you are a younger family, then you will incur some child care expense. Now, I myself have a 3-year-old and she does go to daycare throughout the day. And if you're like me, then you also will have that child care expense. And that'll run you $1,220.48 every single month. Now, for me, what that entails is having the ability to have care for my child from the hours of 8 a.m. all the way to 5 p.m. She'll have food, she'll have water, she'll have drinks, she'll have, a place where she can play with other kids and socialize. And so that is pretty much what you get when it comes to the childcare service. Now, depending on your financial situation, obviously you may be entitled to some government subsidies. And so it's important for you to take a look online, typically on websites such as ontario.ca, where you can find a little bit more information about the childcare subsidies that may be eligible for you and your family. Next up is our second largest expense. I think we'll all agree that this one is getting a bit ridiculous, and that is food/groceries. So for a family of 4, you're looking to spend roughly $1,750 every single month on food. Now that sounds a bit high, and I'll tell you why. Within this breakdown is also takeout. Families within major cities such as Toronto and neighboring cities such as Brampton have become quite big on food delivery services. That's your Uber, your Skip the Dishes, your DoorDash. So food costs across Ontario is pretty much the same on a national level. Every major city is on par when it comes to food costs. With that being said, the cost of groceries has gone up significantly over the years. So no matter where you choose to live within Canada or the Greater Toronto Area, be prepared to pay quite a bit compared to other countries when it comes to groceries. Let's jump over into your phone and internet bill. Now, for a family of 4, let's assume both parents have cell phones and you also have internet at home. That'll roughly cost you $200 a month. Now, believe it or not, we as Canadians pay one of the highest amounts when it comes to cell phone services. It is much higher than other countries. Now, I believe that's because we have a monopoly here. We have either Bell or Rogers as the main service providers when it comes to internet and cell phone use. Those 2 major companies do have offers, special promotions that come up from time to time, and so try to capitalize on those whenever they do come up. So with your rent and housing, your transportation, your utilities, childcare, food, groceries, phone, and internet, you're looking at a grand total of $6,408 every single month for a family of 3 living in Brampton. Now, does this surprise you? Comment down below if you think I'm way off when it comes to the cost of living, or if you agree. Let me know in the comments down below. Now, everything that I've mentioned here doesn't quite scratch the surface, because I haven't even mentioned shopping or leisure activities, sports, or getting your kids into extracurriculars. It doesn't even include all of that. And so having a cost of living of $6,408 seems quite high, but in all honesty, it's probably even higher than that. Again, let me know if you agree in the comments. Well, there you have it, guys. That is the cost of living in Brampton. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Again, if you plan on making a move to Toronto or anywhere else within the GTA, my contact information is down below. If you need some guidance, I'd be more than happy to help. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I'm truly grateful for that and really appreciate it. Again, my name is Matt Moy, your local realtor here in the GTA, and I will see you in the next one. Peace. I hope you got some value out of that video. If you did, then go ahead and check out this video here or here. I'm not quite sure where it's going to be on the screen, but one of these videos, go ahead and check it out.